What's up guys, welcome back to DeFi Chronicles. In this video we're going to be reviewing a very exciting project, which is Optimism, a scalable solution, a L2 running on top of Ethereum. This is something that I've been looking to do a research for some time. So I've been doing my research, testing the Optimism, testing all the dApps before doing this. So I've been using it for some time. So in this video, we're going to be reviewing everything about it, all the charts, all the stats, the growth of the project, the tokenomics, how it works, and what I'm expecting over the long run for Optimism. So starting off, why it is a scalable solution. Maybe you've tried Ethereum before. You know how expensive and slow it is, at least for me. Just to put things into perspective, let's say you want to take a trade on Uniswap. You have a coin that you want to trade. You think it has some growth potential. You want to make 10%, 20%, 25% on that trade. Cool. Usually for most of us, we would usually take $100, $500, $1,000 per trade. I don't know many people that take $10,000 transaction or trades on a daily basis. So if you're using $100, the thing with Ethereum is that for each transaction, usually it costs between $5, $10, $15 just for one transaction, just for one. And that is now that we're paying $15, $5, and $10. Because last year with the NFT hype, I saw that gas fee at $100, $200 sometimes, and usually you would have to wait minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes even an hour just to get your transaction validated. So now that we're paying $5, $10, it might sound that it is cheap. Yes, in comparison to last year, but just to put things into perspective here. So hear me out. So let's say you are on Uniswap. You are taking a trade with $100. Just for you to approve that transaction, you need $5. To take the trade, you need another $5. Now you are in. Cool. Let's say it goes up 20%. Cool. Now you want to get out. You also need to approve that transaction again with $5. Then to get out of that transaction selling, you need another $5 to get out. So now you are at $20 gas fees without making any profit. So just for me to get involved with one trade, I'm going to be losing $20 just in gas fees. So basically, from my $100, I am losing 20% of the value of my allocation just from gas fees. It actually makes no sense for me, because maybe if you're taking a trade with $10,000, that's cool. $20 is nothing. But if you're using $100, $500, $20 is actually super expensive. And that is just for one trade. Let's say you want to get involved with 10 trade. So you're going to be paying $200 in gas fees. Just from gas fees, it makes no sense for me. And also, it is super slow. Hey, I do love the technology behind Ethereum. I do own a lot of Ethereum. I do love it for the long term. But as a blockchain itself, the transaction just sucks. So that's why I'm always looking for other projects like Optimism, like Matic, that are more scalable, that are faster, and the transactions are cheaper. So basically, for Optimism, how it works, just from the name itself, it says Optimism. So it is a optimistic rollup. So what it does is that it bundles all the transaction, or it has it as a group, and it goes and validated as a group on the Ethereum blockchain, because this works or this is running on top of Ethereum. So instead of Ethereum validating each transaction, what Optimism does is that they take, let's say, a group of 10 transactions. They have a group of that 10 transactions. They go and validate it on Ethereum and pay that $5 transaction gas fee. So now you have 10 transactions and you're paying $5. So they spread that cost over those 10 transactions. So instead of paying $5 for each transaction, you're paying $5 divided into 10 transactions. So now it is only 50 cents. It doesn't work exactly with 10 transactions because it is way cheaper than 50 cents. Way cheaper than 50 cents. And the good thing about it is that after validating those group or that bundle of transaction, Optimism has 1 week to check the group of transactions to see if everything is correct, to see if there is no fraudulent transaction. So if there is one fraudulent transaction, what they can do is reverse that group, remove that fraudulent transaction, and then send back all the other transactions. So let's say we have 10, one of them is fraudulent, they reverse it, they remove the fraudulent transaction, and they send back the 9 remaining transactions. So this is super cool, super fast, and as I said, it is scalable. It is something that I can do on a daily basis. I can go ahead and take 10 trades and just pay a few bucks for it. If I go and do the same and take 10 trades on Ethereum, that is $50. And that is at $5. If it is at 10, that's $100. If it is at $20 per transaction, that is $200 just to take 10 transactions on Ethereum. And hey, I've taken in just one day 20 transactions without any issue. And I've just paid just a few bucks on it. But I've never done the same on Ethereum, and I probably will never do, paying those gas fees. So let's go straight into it. I'm gonna show you some of the metrics here, what I think about it, what I think about the growth of Optimism, and also the tokenomics. So let's start first with the metrics. This is CoinMarketCap, which is usually what I use to check the first metrics before I go real deep into the project. You guys can see that the price of Optimism is $1.02. Then we have the market cap at 238 million, which if you make the comparison to Matic, which has 7 billion, this thing has a lot of room to grow. I would say 30x, 35x. I am not saying it will reach Matic price or Matic market cap, but what I'm saying, if you compare it to something else, it still has some room to grow. Then we have the circulating supply, which is at 234 million tokens, and we have the max supply or the total supply at 4.2 billion. So that means in the end, there will be only 4.2 billion OP tokens in total. After that, there will be no more OP tokens. Then let's see what else we have. Let me see here. The all-time high should be, okay, show more. We have all-time high $4.57. We have the all-time low at 40 cents, which is pretty good because now with the bear market, I've seen tokens losing 99% of the value. Being at $1 is actually super good. There is still a lot of people using the project even in a bear market, so that is amazing. For the market rank, you can see that it is at 102, and the market dominance, which is not something that I usually look, is at 0.03%. So those are the stats. Cool. Now let's go over the tokenomics. For me, if a tokenomic look good on a project, it passed most of the checkpoints that I need to invest on a project. Because if the tokenomics looks bad, for me, I am not gonna be investing in that project. Probably will not. So I do have some notes here. Let me go ahead and show you. So we have the tokenomics here. Around 75% of the token is locked. That is because it is a brand new token. It has, I think, 1 year or even less than 1 year, more or less 1 year. Then you can see the breakdown is 20% is allocated to public goods, not guns, public goods, 17% to investors, which is a little bit too high for me. I usually like to see it at 10%, but hey, 17%, that's okay. 19% is for core contributors. That's amazing because that means they are paying developers, they are paying advisors, they are paying groups to help them build OP. Then we have 20%, 25% to ecosystem fund. Then we have 19% for airdrop, and 5% was allocated for the first airdrop. That was massive. A lot of people made a crazy amount of money on that first airdrop. I didn't because I wasn't involved with the project, but now there is a remaining 14% for airdrop, which is good because if you still have some incentive for people to continue using the project over and over, and so that means the growth of OP will be better with time, because if you're incentivizing users and you are you have those airdrop promised for future airdrop, so that's good because over the long run people will vote on DAOs, will take transaction, will check all the new dApps, and will just get involved with the project. So that's perfect having those airdrops there. Next we have the token.unlocks.app, which is something that I use to check the vesting schedule on the tokens. Guys can see here we have the ecosystem fund, the public funds, the public goods, then we have user airdrop, core contributors, and investors. This is the vesting schedule, and the good thing about it is that investors have not received any tokens. The bad thing with investors is that when they get their money, when they get their OP tokens or any type of tokens, they dump it on the market. And I'm okay with that. Why? Because as an investor, if I purchase a token at 10 cents and it goes to $1, of course, I'm going to be selling 25%, 50%, or 100% of my holding, because this is what we do. We take money, we allocate it into a project, then we move it to the next project to make more money. So I'm okay with that. But the good thing here on the vesting schedule, you guys can see that till June, they will not be receiving any token. So also for the first year till 2024, the vesting schedule for the investors is still kind of low. So that's great. As you can see here, it is still kind of low, even for the core contributors. That's perfect. And also this go till 2026, I would say June, probably August 2026, 31st of August 2026. So the vesting schedule is still kind of long. We still have over 3 years to go for it. So that's perfect. For me, I do give the vesting schedule a thumbs up. I love it. Next, looking at some charts and analytics. You guys can go to optimistic.ethoscan.io to find those charts and stats. We have the daily transactions and the unique addresses. Okay, this is something that I look for every blockchain, every L2 that I am using, that I want to invest to, because these are the growth of a project. If a project is growing, then the price usually will follow the same trend. The more people there is using a project, usually the more value there will be in a project, the more dApps, the more developers there will be into a blockchain, into a project. So that's why I usually love to look at those stats before investing or before doing anything else. So before I go into them, let me go and tell you something. I'm doing a quick pause here. If you are the type of girl or guy that is doing your research, that is reading your white papers, that is looking at the stats and looking at the price action, asking all the questions, looking for the answers on Google, on YouTube, watching my videos, other people's videos, reading those white papers and going back and forth to Google to understand what the heck the white paper says. Because for me, sometimes I need to go, I read the white paper and I have Google on my other screen, and I would literally copy something, paste it to understand it, because I am not a developer, so sometimes I do not understand what the heck they're saying on the white paper. So it takes countless of hours to do a good research on a project. Usually it can take me 12 hours, 24 hours, even 36 hours, depending on the project, if it is something brand new for me. So if you're one of those persons that is putting in the work, and let's say to do so, what you usually do is take 1 cup of coffee before going into your task. Coffee is good. Don't get me wrong. I love coffee. I've been drinking coffee since I am 15. I was that type of guy drinking 4 cups of coffee every day. I had to cut it back just because of anxiety. That thing was killing me. And with time, I developed a really bad habit with coffee. So you can see from my previous videos that I've been using a product. This is not the first time that I mention it on this YouTube channel. So the product is Magic Mind. Let me go ahead and show you. So Magic Mind, let me go ahead and show you what would be the sizing if you compare it to my palm. Let's see here. So this is a 2 ounces shot, as you can see, pretty small. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you. So on my previous video, I think the name of the video is a market cap versus market price. So you can go there and check it out. I had the previous formula for that video. Now I have the newest formula, the other formula. This is the 4.0. And the differences, and let's say, I don't know if you've used it or you saw the video on the previous formula, but this thing is amazing. This thing, just from the name itself, Magic Mind, is magic for a man, okay? Because in the end, if here everything is fucked up, your portfolio will be fucked up. Everything starts here, and after that you can see the numbers, the habits, and everything else. So let me just show you why I've been using this. I don't know if you have ever tried green tea and you get that energy, but you also remain calm. You remain calm from L-theanine. which is something that I've been using now for years. So this thing has L-theanine. That would be number one. Ashwagandha, which is amazing for sleeping. I do suffer from anxiety, so I do take ashwagandha 1 or twice a day, usually for sleeping, or if I am getting anxious. That would be number two. Lion's Mane, which really helps you boosting clarity and creativity. Cordyceps also. They also have olive oil. You guys know olive oil is super. Matcha, they have piperine in it, which is the green pepper, black pepper extract, which helps digesting all the products. Maybe you've used all the supplements. If you check the label, usually they use green pepper, black pepper extract for the digestion. So they also have it. Also, if you're vegan, I'm not. I do eat meat, even for breakfast, but there is no hate here. If you're vegan, this is vegan friendly because they use agave instead of honey now, so you can use it if you're vegan. What else? So let me just take a look. Okay. So in terms of vitamin, they have vitamin B3. They have vitamin D3, which if you suffer from anxiety, this is something very important. I've also been taking for some time. Vitamin B12, which really helps you remain calm also, and usually helps you at night to have a really restful sleep. Let's see. What else? I mentioned Bacopa monnieri, matcha, L-theanine, natural coffee, which is good. Let's see. Saffron, which is a new thing that they added to the product, which really helps you with your mental health. So overall, it really helps with mental health. So I'm going to be leaving a link in the description here. There will be a 43% discount on the product. If you go ahead and purchase, you would get a 43%, up to a 43% discount on your first order. Now, if you don't like it, there is no risk, because you can go ahead and send them an email and saying, hey, I don't like the product. I would like to get my money back, and you will be receiving a refund. So give it a try, see if it works for you, and let me know in the comment section. Because in the end, trust me, having more than one cup of coffee can really kill you. I am talking from experience here. Okay, so let's go back into the charts. Okay, so we have the daily transaction here, daily transaction charts. Let's see here. Okay, for the daily transaction charts, you guys can see the crazy amount of transaction we've been getting every day. Let's see. So just for the past days, on the 21st, we reached 600,000 transactions in just one day. Just to put this into perspective, check this. 600,000. If you divide that into 24 hours, that is 25,000 transactions in just one day. So 25,000 transactions for each hour. If you again divide that into 60, so you have 460 transactions every single minute. Every single minute. So you might think it is not a lot, but you guys need to remember, we are in a bear market. There is way less people using blockchains right now. And even with that rate, we are at 416 transactions every minute, every 60 seconds. So that is number one. And looking at the chart, you guys can see how parabolic this is going, the amount of people that is using the blockchain, the Optimism blockchain every day, and how it is growing. So that is number one, and this is what is important for me, the growth. Next, we have unique addresses, which is all the addresses that are unique on the Optimism blockchain. You guys can see the growth here since November 2021. We were at 23,000, growing. On May, we reached 813,000. Then in June, we reached 1 million. Then in September, we reached 1.5, and now we are at 2.4 million. 2.4, and you can see the daily increase. The daily increase is at 10,000. A few months ago, it was at 5,000. Just back in September, we were at 2,000. Just a few months ago, and now we are at 10,000. So just imagine what would happen if this continue to go to 20,000 increase per day, 25,000, 50,000 increase. This could go in just a matter of a year, 2023, this could reach 10 million, 20 million unique addresses. Okay. And just to put again things into perspective, the daily transaction on OP is at 600,000. On Matic, last time I checked, was at 3 million. 3 million. So the market cap from OP to Matic is at 30x, 35x, but the daily transaction is only at 6x. That is telling you something. So next, let's go to Token Terminal, which has some really good information here. Let me go ahead and show you the daily active users. Okay, so you can see the chart, how it has been growing. And on daily active users, sometimes we've reached, on December 21st, we reached 111,000 daily users. 111,000 daily users. Now we are at 88, and right now we should be around 55,000. Okay, that would be number one. Number two, let's take a look at the active developers. You guys can see that we are at 25, 26, more or less 30. So between 30 and 26. So it might sound that it is not a lot. But let me just show you something. Again, using the same comparison, we'll go to Matic. You guys can see that Matic, the daily active developers here is at 52. So 52, that is doubled. Just doubled. So basically we have 25, 26 on Optimism, and on Matic we have 52. So for me, that's amazing. This is the growth that I'm looking for. Now, let's go to the TVL, because I don't want to make this video too long. The TVL, you guys can see that we are over 500 million total value lock. Some of the main projects are Synthetics. We have Aave, we have Velodrome, we have Curve. Velodrome is the main DEX. We have Uniswap, Beefy, Pull Together, Stargate, Beethoven, X, and Perpetual Protocol. Some of them have 89 million, 82 million, 76 million, 46 million, and 41 million total value lock. So for me, that's amazing, because this is a project that has a lot of money invested in them. Let's use the example to Polygon, and let's see how it is. Let's see here again. As you can see, just doubled. They have $1 billion in total value, while Optimism has 500 million. So again, just something important. I'm sorry, it looks like that my camera is kind of lagging. Well, we gotta go with the video. F it. Let's just continue with the video. Okay, so now let's take a look at the OP chart on TradingView and the pricing. This is, you guys can see that it is not showing the $4.57 because this is from Binance, so it is not showing the top. It is just showing the price the day that it got on Binance. So we have a resistance here at $2.20. Then it went down to 40 cents. It stayed there, I would say, for a few weeks, probably, yeah. And then we went to $2.20 resistance, then got back down. Then we stayed there on the $1 for some time. Again, we tested the 67 cents, 66 cents. And this is a chart that I sent in my newsletter. You guys are going to find a link in the description for it, for the breakout. So you can see I mentioned it right here, and it broke out, and now it is doing the same. I actually took a trade on it at 94 cents. The trade is still open. I am expecting to see if it can break over at least at 1.40, so I can take some profit. But as you can see, right now we are outside of the triangle. So hopefully this $1 here, 98 cents more or less, can remain as a support and see this thing continue over $1. So this is how I'm looking at on the price action perspective. Okay, so conclusion: Optimism is something that has good technology. The tokenomics is good. That camera is killing me. God damn. Yeah, so Tokenomics is good. Price action is good because it didn't lost 99% of the value. If you look at the growth of the project, it is growing. Daily active users, daily developers, unique addresses, daily transaction is growing a lot. And again, there is a lot of people that want to use it because loves Ethereum, but don't want to pay those crazy gas fees. So overall, I think this is a good project. I think the pricing is pretty good at $200 million market cap. It is something that is very interesting that I think over the long run might be very good, because I think reaching $1 billion, $2 billion market cap is super simple on Optimism. I do think today they should be at $1 billion market cap. For me, I do think they should be at $1 billion market cap. So just from the pricing as of today, reaching 1 billion or 2 billion market cap, that is a 10x for sure. Okay. So this is how I am looking. Of course, this is not investment advice. This is what I am doing and how I see Optimism over the long run. So yeah. So if you also like Optimism, if there is something that I am missing, if there is something that you do not like about Optimism, please leave it in the comment section. Let's have a chat and let me know what you do like about it, what you don't like about it. And as usual, if you find this content valuable, leave a like, subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.